Welcome back to another episode of Cross Banlist League. This episode we have Shaddoll versus Infernity. So I do believe on the right hand side we have Infernity, which is the Worlds build. The Sahabi build, mostly anyway, I'm not too sure. I think he made a few edits to it. Can't say for sure. Anyway, so on the left hand side we have Shaddolls. I do believe this is Denko dolls or Clown dolls. I can't quite remember. Actually, it must be Clown dolls. Okay, so upstart starting off. Just wanted to say that, the channel is coming back with a vengeance now. I do apologise. It's been, very busy times at the moment, especially like over summer and everything. However, we are gonna look back into swing of things now. I have a few things that, I have been recording and getting ready, so one video a week should be can be expected. So anyway, back to the gameplay. So instant fusion, then summon the Stygian, overlay for the chain, sending the second Stygian. Now this does kind of telegraph to us that he does have an Archfiend in hand. Otherwise, he most likely would have sent the Necromancer. Sorry, send the Archfiend to look for the Necromancer. So he summoned the first Archfiend. Obviously no effect due to the fact that he has cards in hand. Banish Stygian to summon a second Archfiend. So at this point we can kind of tell that the Infernity player has two deck cards in hand, otherwise he never would have done this. So he's going to send Archfiend, detach Archfiend and send the third Stygian. Did he open triple Archfiend? Or maybe he opened with a Necromancer. I can see it being the Necromancer here, actually. It'll make a lot of sense. So set one. Summon the Necromancer, there we go. Special back the Archfiend, Archfiend's gonna search. Most likely the barrier here. Unless the other card is a break. The other card is the barrier and it would search a break. So, pretty decent position, not a great field. Kind of very getting locked down by that Shaddoll fusion. He's gonna struggle to stop Shaddoll from getting that fusion from deck, getting those pluses, and yeah, that is going to be an issue for the Infernity player, but that's why the matchup's kind of interesting to see if he can play out of it. So down comes the L. It's gonna get barriered straight off. Yeah, so the barrier will hit the Shaddoll fusion. Now because it negates the activation, he is able to activate a second L this turn. So he wanted to see if he could L, and the Infernity player might think that it's a bait, and leave it, and then he can Shaddoll fusion. However, it definitely wasn't bait. I do believe Infernity should clean this game up now. They have a lot of advantage on board compared to Shaddoll. He has one setbacker. All Infernity has to do at this point is make a Dweller, pop the face down Shaddoll card, and then that should be game. Let's just search Labyrinth. So yeah, this is very smart here by the Infernity player. So he can Necromancer back the Archfiend, activate the Labyrinth, Overlay the Archfiends. Actually, let's see. So let's see. So Necromancer, yeah, it's gonna special back the Archfiend. Archfiend's gonna get the search. Most likely for the break here. Unless he wants to... So he's used all of his Archfiends now. So I'm not entirely sure what he goes for here. So he goes for the break. I mean, he could have gone for the launcher potentially. But it doesn't seem very optimal here. So he is going to send the Necromancer to special summon the third Archfiend from deck, using the effect of Paralabyrinth. Searching the third break, or second break. These two cards at the top are unknown. Just going to overlay to make Dweller. But the issue he's going to find is that he cannot pop the face down unless he has a prior set break. So he detaches for the Dweller, so yeah, he does have the third break there. He's gonna banish the barrier, pop the face down, which happened to be a Hound. Hound trying to add back the Shaddoll fusion. And then that is going to be a lot of damage. So that would be 3-6 plus 2-3 plus 17. So 2-3 plus 17, 4k, plus 36 will be 7-6. So he is 1400 off game due to the upstart. However, I do believe that this is going to be too much for the Shaddoll player to come back from. I think this puts him in a position now where, you know, he's kind of living on a top deck. He doesn't have the Shaddoll fusion because he would have used it last turn. So I guess like he kind of needs a miracle top deck here. So we have to see, you know, what he can find. So 1400 off game. He's gonna chain to most likely stack the Necromancer. Would make the most sense here. Yep. So he does top deck the fusion, which is great, but he's gonna get hit by the Dweller, which is very, very unfortunate. He has a Christian hand, which is very interesting. So the fact that he has Christia does tell us that he is playing Star Seraph, because I do believe that's the only build that plays the Christia, because they main deck the Cool Haunteds. Denko Dolls can't play it. I do believe that Clown Dolls can't play it as well. Well, definitely Clown Dolls can't play it. So yeah, it has to be Star Seraph at this point. I do believe the Hound is in there because this is a build that was played to play against Ginlock Necros back in the day. And the point of the Hound is to summon the Mathematician, send the Hound, switch the closest to attack mode, and then attack over it. But it looks like Shaddoll's I don't really know what they can do here. They can summon the Winder, but the Winder's going to get beat over by the Archfiend. It can't be hit by the break, So I guess he just has to attack into one of the chains and pass. He has a beast in hand, so he could always set the beast. But I'm pretty sure at this point, no matter what he does, it does not matter. So yeah, he attacks into one of the chains. And then in damage step, it gets lanced, so... Wow, that's definitely game now. He doesn't get the effect because of Dweller. And yeah, he skips out. He knows that's it. So looking for game 2 to come out here. This is the best of 5. I guess Shaddoll are going to go first now. No, Infernity are going to go first again. So up to 9k. It's going to set 1, set 2, and pass. So Shaddoll draw for turn. Draws the beast. Looks like he has no fusion spells in hand. Maybe he has the hedgehog here. Most likely, looks like it. I do believe it has to be the hedgehog, right? So he's gonna flip summon the Stygian. I don't know what his hand is, but it has to be something fairly bricky. The problem with Infernity, especially the Wild Build, is like they was quite limited, so when it bricked, it bricked. You know, open to Dark Grapher or One Armageddon Knight, those are the games you're gonna lose. I mean, it's very, very unlikely, however, it does happen more often than not. Just because, you know, Sod's Law. So he does have the Veiler in hand on the side of Shaddoll. So yeah, here comes the Hedgehog. I guess he searches out the Shaddoll fusion here. This kind of prompts the Infernity player not to overlay into a chain. If he has like a barrier, then he definitely will overlay for the chain. Well, I guess not. It just depends on what the other 3 cards in hand are for the Infernity player. If he does have the barrier, you know, he needs to clear his hand for it to be live. So he's going to take 21 and search the Shaddoll fusion. So he is going to overlay, which shows he does have something for the Shaddoll fusion. Unless he just needs the chain to extend. Whoops, drops the dragon there. So he just makes the Dweller straight up. Sets 1 and passes. So summon the Denko. Wow, he is playing the Denko dolls after all. Oh no, I do believe this was after siding. This game, they was siding. So he must have taken the Arclord Christie out, I do believe. So he sends the Veiler and sends the Dragon. Then he is going to summon the Construct. And I do believe he's not going to use the effect. So he is going to use the Construct effect. So he's going to send the Shaddoll fusion. So they're just discussing the kind of legitimacy of sending the L here, or whether he should have just left the effect, which is fine because it puts the fusion into the grave to be recurred back to the hand, and he checks his back row there, even though he's under Denko, but he sends the Shaddoll fusion just to, you know, for the recursion, and also so that, you know, he's not going to draw too many fusions during the late game, which is understandable. You know, he doesn't gain advantage from it, however, he does, you know, just get the send to have it there. There's, oh, and the maxi is changed to the soul charge. So he's going to special summon the Stygian and the Archfiend. So take 2k for that. Will not be able to conduct his battle phase. So for those of you who don't know how Infernity work, basically the fundamentals of the deck is to get cards out of your hand. Everything kind of works off having no cards in hand. So you have cards like Archfiend, which will search when special summoned if you have no cards in hand. Also, wow, the Direwolf gets hit by the Veiler. That's very, very painful. So he's under max C, his back row is locked, and he has the dead Direwolf on board. That's very painful. So he's just going to pass here. I don't think there's really anything he can do outside of that. Oh, so he is playing the Seraphs as well. Wow. Stick change here. So yeah, the reason he chose to go second was because the Denko was sided in. So he knows to play around the Infernity board, all he has to do is summon the Denko, and then he can advantage of it. So then he's going to overlay for 3 to most likely make the Ouroboros here, honestly. No, he makes the Dotaurus. So the stick pops that and he gets the draw. Then he can Dotaurus again to pop one of the back row if it really matters. But he goes straight in for the Shaddoll fusion, and yeah, that's game. And he had the BLS off of the beast anyway. So going into game 3. So who will start here? So Shaddoll will start. Full Vishberu for the Squamata. Full, and then send the beast. So he will draw 1 card. He draws into another Squamata. So I do believe his best play here is set 1 Shaddoll pass. So he's going to set 2 and pass. So he will draw for a turn. Monk. And the Monk gets Veiled. This is kind of a misplay here. But we discussed this afterwards. However, it's still fine. effect to switch to defense mode they're just discussing here. He didn't realize, but it's still fine because he's going to get the Falco effect off the monk attacking, so... So the Summoner Monk effect to switch to defense is mandatory, like Necromancer. He's going to take 600 here from the attacking into Falco. Then the Falco will reset the Beast. And Infernity will go into main phase 2. So he just passes. The life points haven't been updated. I'm not sure if I messed it up in the video editing process, but I'm not going to fix it, as it will be a nightmare to fix, honestly, because the way I'm doing the editing right now. So Beast will draw 2, send the Skomata, then Skomata will send. So I do believe the best thing he could send here is the Falco or the Hedgehog, and then searching the Falco. He could also try and send the Fusion or something. However, again, I don't think it's optimal. So yeah, he will send the Headshot. No. So he does send the Fusion. So he will attack with Beast. So again, they're just discussing the mistake with the math with the Summoner Monk, but again, it's fine because at the end of the day, he does get the special summon of the Beast, which honestly is more important. So he's set 2 and then pass. So if the camera will focus for me here, that would be lovely. So he's just at 1 and not 2, so he's debating the MST. He's going to set it, I do believe. No, he's going to MST the core to add back the fusion. Is then going to fusion? Most likely for the window. No, he was go for the construct actually. Reset the Falco, and then send from the construct, so it's going to be chaining 1 construct, chaining 2 Falco. So he sends the Shaddoll fusion. Now he's looking like he has a decent setup. He has the Beast, the construct with the Seraph Falco. And again, just discussing the fact that he doesn't know if he should have made that play. However, in the end he believes it was correct, as it does neg him, however he does get the fusion back. And whoa, down comes the soul charge. So specials the Monk. Monk's effect is going to special from deck, or attempt to special from deck. So he is going to use the Monk effect special from deck. Ooh, he's playing Chalice. Interesting. So this isn't the World's build. This is the same format as the World's build, however it's not the World's build. I do believe he's using the World's Banlist though. So summons the Grepher. The Grepher is going to just ditch from hand and send from deck. And then the Eris is going to get search of either the Labyrinth or the Archfiend. So he's going to send Archfiend from deck to grave. So talking about, again, having the story here. So, as I was saying earlier, so if you don't know what the Infernity deck does, the whole basis revolves around having no cards in hand. So Archfiend's effect is when he is special summoned, you can search one Infernity card from your deck. You have Infernity Necromancer, who, when he's normal summoned, he's switched to defense, and if you have no cards in hand, you can target one Infernity in your grave, or I don't know if it's just Infernity Archfiend. However, you send, you can special the Archfiend from grave, Infernity Archfiend, and then you can get the search off the Archfiend. So he's going for the Excite on here, wow. So the cool thing about Infernity was that they did play a very, very cool extra deck. They played double Exciton, double Evolved Chain, sometimes triple. It does come up, however, it very, very rarely came up. So he's going to Chain Call the Haunted onto the Squamata. So then the Field will blow, Falco reset, then he's going to go Chain Link 1 Construct, 2 Beast, 3 Squamata. So he doesn't target with a Construct, but it's honestly okay. I do believe he wants the L. Oh no, I do believe he just wants a fusion here, just because of the Excite on Knight. So he sends the fusion. Then he will draw, and then he will add. And then draw off the beast. So it's 8k. So it's 5k to 8k. Again, the life points are 600 over, but you just have to kind of understand that was a mistake. So he's going to pass. It looks like he drew the L off of the beast. So he will flip the Falco first and foremost. We might get some cool interaction with Hound here, honestly. Unless he sided it out. So there's a very cool interaction here. No, so he's going to go for the Construct, so he definitely sided out the Hound, otherwise he would have gone for the Beast. Sent the Hound and switched the Beast to attack mode, getting the effect. So this is a Math and Beast to summon the Shek, just to get around the Excite Knight effect. Draw one off the Beast. Summon the stick and search the chair. Ooh, he did side in the Majesty's Fiends there. Very interesting. Again, against Infernity, that's very, very interesting. I do believe, you know, that's why Infernity is siding the Chalices. So he wants to go into battle phase. He's going to declare attack with the Shek. And he's debating the sound effects. So working out damage, and it's 5,000 exactly, so it was 5,000 exactly anyway, so it was definitely game. Moving into game 4. So as we move into game 4 here, we look to be quite a similar start out to game 2, just the upstart. Set 1, set 3, and pass. So from the start of Shaddolls here, we're looking for something to, go around the back row. I guess the Infernity kept the third spell or trap just in case he did run into a Denko. But again, same as game 2, math, sensible Martyrs and Beast. And then grab a draw. So I guess here we're looking for the window to really shut down the Infernity. If he's looking for top deck of any kind of fusion, a fusion or an L, and he gets it, there we go. So now we can start to play Yu-Yu, which is nice. So he's going to tap on the math first. And then still in battle phase, he will L. No, he will just set and pass. Or will he? So I guess I'm not entirely sure what he's thinking here. And then he's just gonna pass. He summons the monk, switch to defense, and then he learns from his mistake. Ooh, and it gets debunked. So, summon the Gruffer. Gruffer will discard from hand. So ditching the Archfiend. The L is going to be chained, which is a little bit odd actually. He's going to go to the window. I guess this makes sense. For the overlay. However, I do believe it might have been better to save the window here, because he can go for the 1-on-1 and just steal the window. So he will send the Dragon and Beast to pop the Deepers and draw a card. So they're just discussing if he gets one special or not, which he does. So he will attempt to overlay. As I said, the 101's probably the best bet here. However, again, it depends on what he has in hand. I suppose he has the Archfiend in hand because he sent the Stygian off of the Gruffa, so I do believe he goes 101. Oh no, he goes for Key Beetle here. So, interesting. So just reading the keyboard here, for you, those who don't know what it does, it can detach one and protect one card you control, one face-up card. And it is a quick effect, I do believe. Is he going to banish the Stygian, especially the Archfiend? No, the Necromancer. Necromancer, especially the Archfiend from Grave. So Archfiend gets its effect. So he is going to get the search here. I do believe Barrier is probably the best thing for him to go here. Oh no, he goes for a launcher. So launcher, for those again who don't know what it does, its effect is just once per turn you can discard or send to the grave one Infernity monster, and you can send it to the grave, target up to 2 Infernities in your grave, and special summon them. So it will detach to protect the Necromancer, and then he will pass. Activate Fusion from deck. So he's going to send the Beast, and will he make the Construct here, I believe? Sends the Veiler to make the Construct. So he sends the Falco. Sending the Falco. Falco's going to reset itself, and Beast is going to draw. And he top decks the BLS. Wow. decides to save the BLS, surprisingly. Kills the math and draws a card. Attacks into the key beetle. So the way it works with Construct is, if he attacks into the key beetle and the key beetle is protecting itself, it will be destroyed by battle by the Construct and he will take the damage. It's better for him to just leave it and let it die. So main phase 2, summon stick, search for chair. And then he will pass, set to and pass. So upstart, and rotor. So we know he has launcher in hand, so I do believe the best thing for him to search now would be the Armageddon Knight. And then Armageddon Knight will send the Stygian. I did think the Stygian was wrong. So it says the heiress and searches for the labyrinth. Interesting. So I do believe personally maybe I would have sent the necromancer there. Overlaid for the chain, sent the heiress. Search the labyrinth, launch back the necromancer and the archfiend, search off the archfiend, overlay the necromancers, make the levier, switch back the Stygian. There's a lot of things he could have done there. However, I guess Excitement is just a good card in general. So I guess he pops the field, and then the necromancer will get the special back off the launcher anyway. So he's going to go for the effect. Probably debating the Shaddoll fusion into the window. So yeah, that's exactly what he's going to do. So sending the Falca, I do believe is correct here. But obviously it always depends on what he actually wants to send. So everything dies but the window, and then the chains resolve. So Construct chaining 1, chaining 2 Squamata, and chaining 3 Falca. So Falca reset. The Squamata was sent from deck. Sending the core, the L will be added back, and so will the fusion. So we see that he has the Maxine. No, that was his deck. So his hand at the moment is PLS, chair, L, and something else. So, Excite on his own 2-4. I did take the damage there, I do believe, on the life point counter, but again, that was a mistake, so please just ignore that. So he will launch a special back Necromancer, special Archfiend. Archfiend will search, most likely the barrier. Yep. Necromancer can then special back another Archfiend, searching for a break. Then if he so wishes, he can Labyrinth the Necromancer to special summon a third Archfiend from deck, making a Dweller, and being left with a life barrier break on field. I do believe this is the best option here. So he's debating if he wants to keep the resources in the deck and try and do something next turn, because the guys he has on board aren't really going to do much at the moment, especially against Shaddoll. This is clearly a favourable matchup for Shaddoll. So out comes the break. So I do believe... Let's see here. So yeah, he will Labyrinth. He's going to Labyrinth away the Excite on. And special out the Archfiend. See, this is an interesting question, honestly. I'm just going to find the card text for Labyrinth here. I don't know if that was a legal play or not. So let's find out. So the card text for the Labyrinth is: you can target one Archfiend monster you control, banish one other fiend you control, and if you do, special summon from your hand deck one Archfiend monster with the same level as the targeted monster. So I do believe you can't actually do that play, as the Excite is a rank and not a level. So that's fairly interesting, actually. The card came out in Judgment of the Light, and also boosts all of your Archfiends by... oh no. So no, it's not illegal. So yeah, you special the same as the targeted Archfiend, so it's fine, because the Excite is another fiend, so it is a legal play. It's absolutely fine. Very, very interesting, actually. That's a good thing to know if you're looking to play Infernity, or you know you want the old Infernity build like we are for fun. So what's interesting is we have 2014 format on the right hand side and 2015 format on the left hand side. So it kind of makes it so that, you know, even though these formats are so close together, there's such a big power difference. So here comes the construct, which has been signed by Yugimoto himself, Mr. Dan Green. Recognise the signature on there. And Giant Hand, see, I'm not too sure if Giant Hand was the correct play or not. It turns off window, turns off Denko, which is good. So yeah, maybe this was the correct play, honestly. However, I do believe he forgot these... No. So he's going to summon the Leo. Leo is very hard for Infernity to out, actually. Their outs come in the form of break and main phase 2. And then he normals the Denko. Wow. Banish for the BLS. BLS will banish the Archfiend. Who said to him? You can't set. So wow, what a rough position for the Infernity player. I'm not too sure how he claws his way back into this. Very, very interesting board. Again, it's going to be very interesting to see how he breaks this. So his only way to out the Leo is the break in main phase 2, or summon a Rhapsody, and... So he's having a little bit of trouble here because, especially with Infernity, they need to set the back row to try and resolve their effects. However, they can't set because of Denko, so he has to activate the Soul Charge. So he's going to Soul Charge for 2. I do believe he has to go for 3 or 4 here. He's still on 8k, so he has the life points expendable. So target 3 Archfiend, 2 Archfiend, 1 Grepher, and 1 Armageddon. Specialing 4. Effect of Archfiend. Effect of Armageddon. So the thing is with Archfiend, if they go on Chainlink, they don't get multiple. So you can only resolve, well, you have to have no cards in hand to resolve the effect as well. Even if it's on Chainlink, it will not resolve. So he's going to search a Necromancer. I guess this is the best thing to do. I guess because he sent the Stygian, so he has a way to put the Necromancer on field. So he's going to overlay, most likely for the Rhapsody here. The Direwolf. Direwolf will pop the Denko. The breaks are dead right now. So he normal summons the Necromancer, activates the effect to special the Archfiend. Archfiend will search most likely for a break. So his back row is triple break right now. That is all public knowledge. So he will overlay for a second direwolf to pop the BLS. Do believe he overlays her for the Levia. Special summon the Archfiend from the Banished. So he's gonna summon Archfiend from the grave first, using the Necromancer effect. So we'll detach 2 and banish 2. Banish the fusion. So confirming what he has in hand, which is core, and he knows his entire hand. Yeah, so I guess, like, he should banish BLS here. So BLS has been properly summoned, therefore it can be called the Haunted. Revived by Call the Haunted, which he is playing, because that's what the starter build played. So he special summoned another Archfiend off of the Necromancer. He will banish the Necromancer to special summon another Archfiend. Again, Palabyrinth is amazing because you can special summon from the grave as well. Hand, grave, or deck. So he's going to overlay. For the Exciton. And then he will equip the Exciton, which will put it up to 3-1 plus 5, so it'll be in 3-6. So he will go for the Beast effect, to draw 2 and discard 1. So he's saying if he can break the board, then he wins. But it's very, very hard for him to get through the triple break. There's a lot of debating going on here. A lot of thinking. A lot of planning out. Even I'm trying to think here what he can actually do to break this board. I do believe like he can make his own Exciton. saying he can break the board. So it's gonna fusion from deck. So he has like no Shaddoll targets left in deck, so I do believe he's just gonna send Maxi and Dragon to summon the Shekanaga. He'll Dragon pop the Rhapsody. So you can't get Exile now. Set 2 and then pass. In main phase 2, he will break the Leer. Draw for turn. Set 1 and pass. This game is very back and forward, honestly. So this... So fusion here for the construct. Send to grave and then draw. Draw off the beast. So it's gonna summon stick, search there, that's chair, and that's game, that's it. That will be Infernity vs Shaddows, and Shaddows will take it. They will take it 3, 2, 1. As always guys, thank you for watching, don't forget to subscribe. We will have more content coming up soon, I promise. Sorry about the commentary, this is a very very long video, so it took a lot of effort to get all the commentary done, and I hope you managed to watch the whole thing and I hope you enjoyed it. So please, leave a like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.